We actually use mist because mist particles are much smaller than steam particles. So when we're doing our scalp actual treatment or our hydrating conditioning treatment, we're using those mist particles to actually penetrate the pores of your skin and the hair follicle and the cuticle to get in down to the cortex. The steam particles are way too big, so it actually can't penetrate it. So it's like almost like water vapor. Like if you had a humidifier or something, that's the kind of level that we're talking about.
What's up, guys? My name's Leda Fazal. I own Tone Hair Salon in Raleigh, North Carolina, and welcome to Hair and There. I've got Camille, who is a fabulous deep tissue and Ashiatsu.
I wish I did jujitsu. I wish.
Massage therapist. And then we've got Megan, who owns Soap House in Apex, who specializes in Japanese scalp massages.
Also, Ashiatsu.
Oh, Ashiatsu. Very, yes,
So
different.
today I'm going to learn the differences of what all that means.
Yeah.
Because I have been literally obsessed with these scalp massage places on Instagram. And I'm like, we don't have one. Where can I get one done?
Well.
And then I found Megan and I was like, oh, snap. Now I need to learn what this is all about.
Yes.
All righty. So thank you guys for joining. Let's get started. We're going to go right in this direction. So let's talk about Camille. Tell me about yourself.
Well,
You like long walks on
I
the
know,
beach?
right? I do like long walks on the beach. I just have no one to walk on the beach with. My dogs.
I'll walk with you.
Yes, please. I am a massage therapist, and I'm actually new to the game as far as like being a professional massage therapist because I just finished school in 2021, got my license, and I, although I have, very little with my massage license, I quickly became top dog.
I was going to say, because first off, you've massaged me several times and I didn't even know this and I would have never guessed.
I
thought you've been in this industry for years.
Yeah. Well, I've been massaging since I was a kid. So my mom's she used to be a diamond grader. She's a jeweler now. And, when you are just looking at diamonds all day, you're under a loop and you're like this for hours. So when she would come home, her neck and shoulders would be killing her. And I would literally have to massage her all the time. And this started from when I was very, very young. I only remember as far as being really early in my teens, but I want to say that I started even stepping on my brother's back and him stepping on my back, when I was a kid, 9 years old. So, I've always been into massaging. I've never been a morning person, and my mother would have to wake me up and rub all my limbs like this so that I can get up and go to school. If not, I wasn't doing it, and I didn't care that she was going to be late for work. such a jerk, but I was. So yeah,
I can't even imagine doing that to my son. Being like, I feel like, bitch, wake the fuck up. Are you kidding me? I ain't massaging you.
No, she would pull me by my feet to the bottom of the bed and she'll start like this and then she'll get my back and everything and then I'm like, okay, now I'm ready.
Oh my God.
It became like a game. You're like, I'm not getting up until I
I'm
get
not getting up
massaged.
until then it was just princess treatment all
I'm
the
gonna do that
time.
now. I'll be like, I'm not moving until you
Oh
massage
no, I would
me.
be a zombie. I would be a zombie for sure. She knew. And so then from there, my grandmother always had a really bad back. And I would always massage. And it's just always been in me. The moment someone was like, I'm in pain, I have a stiff neck or something, I just gravitate to putting my hands on them. So by the time that I went to massage therapy school, I had developed the palpation skills because I massaged for so long, so many families. Palpation is if you were to go to massage therapy school and you touch, you're just you don't know what you're feeling, but I now know what I'm supposed to feel and how the tissue is supposed to feel. So I can touch you and I'm like, it hurts here, right? Yeah.
Wow.
So I literally do that. I'm like, oh yeah, this hurts, doesn't it? And it was like, oh my God, how'd you know? It's because now we have developed this sixth sense, I guess, like with how the tissue is supposed to feel. And so, of course, when I was in massage therapy school, a lot of my classmates who massage didn't just come naturally to them, they wanted to work with me. So I would get like in trouble a lot because some people wanted to like hog me. And you're supposed to touch as many bodies as possible to get better. So you're supposed to just work with many different people. But then I had my favorites as well. And I would want to hog because I'm like, damn, everyone else kind of sucks. This person's actually good. And the best thing is like I got a massage almost every single night in massage school. Like that's the best part of it. For an entire year, I was getting massages almost every night
I bet
for
a lot of
hours.
people go to school just to get
a massage. I mean, it was amazing. It was awesome.
Be a deal.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm like, where's the massage school? Sign me up.
Massage school was by far the most fun I've ever had. Ever.
Let's talk about Megan for a few minutes.
Yeah.
So tell us about your spot. Tell us about how long you've been doing it.
Awesome.
And let's get started.
Well, I'm Megan. I own SoCal Scalp Spa. We just opened up in Apex 2 months ago. And hashtag get soaked. Come get soaked with us.
That's awesome.
I've actually been licensed as a cosmetologist for almost 15 years, which you do have to be licensed in the state of North Carolina to do scalp spa. But I've been trained in scalp spa for actually over 10 years. So this isn't like a new thing. This has been done for centuries, really, in the Asian cultures. And it's just now a fad here. But I mean, I would bust this out on my clients when they're like, oh, I have had a really stressful day. I've got a headache, like sinus pressure, whatever. Obviously, you can't do like an hour-long scalp session on somebody who's sitting there for 2-3 hours doing a balayage service. That's not practical in today's world. Hence me opening up SoCal's where we are the Triangle's exclusive scalp spa. So we are not a hair salon. We don't offer any other service. We are strictly scalp
Do you guys
spa.
do blow dries?
We do not.
Oh, okay.
There's a reason though. So we were kind of getting some like negative feedback, like I want to blow out, I want this, I want that. But we actually focus when you're talking about your sixth sense. So we're taking away one of your senses when we do scalp spa. And a lot of people aren't really understanding. So we take away your eyesight. We're using steamed eye masks. It's one, to take away your environment so your body can actually relax. But two, once you lose a sense, all of your other senses are heightened. And so then the sense of touch is so much elevated. Like if I take away your eyesight and you can't see me coming to touch you, your brain registers that sensation so much more and so much differently than it would if you saw me coming to touch you. And then we listen to white and brown noise. So your brain is trying to decipher the difference between the two, but both are very calming.
Yeah.
And then we have scent. So we're using aromatherapy. We have Palo Santo, which is like my favorite.
I love Palo Santo.
Oh my God, that is a mood.
Yeah.
And then we have, that smell, we have touch, and then hearing. So we're not doing taste. Obviously, that's a choking hazard.
Right.
But blow drying, the whole point of not blow drying is we've brought you to this like really zen state. We've relaxed your whole body, talking about muscles and all that. You have 26 muscles in your head and neck that control the rest of your body. So by us calming them down and actually relaxing them, the rest of your body is relaxed. So for us to take you out of that really nice, warm zen experience and bringing you into a harsh noise of a blow dry, we are undoing everything that we just work so hard to do. So we don't offer a blow dry because it's not part of our service.
And it's probably all the things that you don't want. You got the sight back, you got a hot blow dryer on your scalp,
right?
You got the loud noise.
Yes, that's like the loud noise.
Now, night and day.
With that being said, we're located in Image Studios and we're surrounded by other hair stylists, and so they are offering our clients like a blowout service if they want it. So it's not that you can't get it. And I do want to be clear, it's not like you're leaving like soppy wet dog. Like we brush you out, we put product in there, we can braid your hair, we can put it in a chignon. Like you're still presentable. It's just you're not getting that blowout service. But that's not what this is about. This is about relaxation. It's about stress relief. It's about bringing everything down to that full relaxation where you can let everything go. So yeah, I'm super excited to do it. We definitely needed one in the area. But when you come, I melt in the chair.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's so relaxing. It's so much more than like just a shampoo or what is scalp spa. Like healthy hair starts at the scalp, and that's what we're working on. But there's so many more benefits to it, which we can obviously talk about.
Do most people, you feel, like a scalp massage when they get the full body?
I usually do a scalp massage for sure.
Like,
Like
if most people like it, though.
yes, yeah. Unless they tell me like no scalp, or there's just like they don't want anyone like touching their hair, then fine. But I usually, especially if it's a relaxation massage, then yeah, I do. If it's more like they come to me for sport or they have something that they need me to fix, and it's not so much a relaxation massage, it's more like I need to fix this because I'm in pain. Then I alter the massage depending on yeah.
I used to go to this place for like years and years and years. And one of the things in my notes that just kind of stayed in there, because I guess I was like very picky. Like, I didn't like the sound of my hair when it was a dry scalp massage.
Like the kind of crispy,
Yes,
like
like-
crunchy. Yeah. Okay. I could see that.
Yeah.
So it was in my notes. And so anybody I went to, they're like, oh, you don't like scalp massage, right? I'm like, but I think they worded it probably very like strong. Do not give her
A scalp
I was
massage.
like, it's not that serious, but yeah, I don't, I just don't like the sound of it. But when it's wet, like
Different, yeah.
I've seen so many of these videos where it's like you have all the steam coming and
It's mist, actually. It's not steam. We can go over that too.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
yes, please.
Yeah. So we actually use mist because mist particles are much smaller than steam particles. So when we're doing our scalp actual treatment or our hydrating conditioning treatment, we're using those mist particles to actually penetrate the pores of your skin and the hair follicle and the cuticle to get in down to the cortex. The steam particles are way too big, so it actually can't penetrate it. So it's like almost like water vapor. Like if you had a humidifier or something, that's the kind of level that we're talking about. So it's humid, but it feels really, really good. And we have this thing with Yume. It's called Footprints in the Snow, which I think you would totally dig. So we create like a really insane voluminous lather of all these bubbles, and you bring them and you cup them around the ears, and then you slowly press into them. And so you hear this like crazy popping
Little
sound.
popping sound.
Yeah. And it's like,
Wow.
that's the best description is footprints in the snow, because you hear that like weird kind of crunch, but it's so delicate at
that.
the same time. And so we incorporate that like around the ears, and then you kind of bring it around the head. And it's like when you touch the top of your head, like just barely touch the top of your head, like you feel that sensation, but it's not really touching the head. And so it's like a hover. And so you can feel that. It's almost like when you're touching the snow and you're not touching the ground yet, but it's that surface level.
That's awesome.
So again, senses, like we're playing on that, and it's really cool. So
I'm gonna need that just because now at this,
I know,
this
I'm
point,
like drooling.
All
Not
right,
like-
at this point in my life, I don't really get I don't feel relaxed when I'm getting a massage, because most likely if I'm getting a massage, it's because I'm hurting because I'm fixing everyone else.
would you critique
So-
though in your head?
I
When
do.
you're getting massaged?
I do. Yes.
Like as a hairstylist, when someone's cutting my hair, I'm like, oh, your body angle. No, your
Yes.
fingers, like you're going to
Yeah.
take off too much. No,
Yeah.
stop.
I do. That's why also I can't relax during a massage,
Yeah,
because I'm
yeah.
just like, oh God, they should have. Okay, they're way too close to my spine. Like, okay, ow, that's a bony area.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that tickles. That's me. Like,
Yeah.
so it's like, yeah, it's hard. So now when I go get work done, it's because it's someone who's actually very good. We're talking the entire time because we're just catching up, and I just need you to just fix the area that I came for. Yeah. That's it.
I think one of the worst massages that I've had.
You told me about this.
Oh, I want to know.
Well, I don't know how I tell. Well, it's just when people
Yeah,
are like
like-
butterflies.
Yeah.
Oh, like to pone me.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
No, I think it was just she was just too light.
Like I was like, I'm
yeah.
not massaging anything. Like, what is this? It
Yeah.
was like a lymphatic massage. I'm like,
Yeah.
but I just wanted a real massage.
Yeah.
But I just felt like I wanted to grab. I
That
felt
sounds like a
worse when I
prenatal
left.
massage.
Oh, no. Oh,
I was
no.
like, I just wanted her to like dig into
dig
me.
in like I do.
Mhm. Yeah, she beats your ass.
Well, this is the important thing too about like beating someone's ass. It's like you have to give the client what they're asking for. So there's the people who come in here, and there's especially men. They're like, you can't hurt me, and I'm like,
You take it as a challenge.
but I can, right? Like I really can. I have like men that tapping out on my table. And I also don't believe that massage should still be relaxing. And there's, people with this, like, if there's no pain, no gain type of thing. And I'm like, that's not necessarily true. You need to feel the muscle and see if it's going to let you in, and just work with it. And, as a massage therapist, you shouldn't force yourself in it, because you can actually, number one, irritate it, and you can cause more harm than good. And you feel worse after. You're sore after the massage, and you're like, oh my God, for the next 3 days, you feel like crap. And no, that's just not good. I personally don't believe that that's good. So yeah, deep tissue is just very slow, very steady, and it is more pressure, but it shouldn't hurt. And if I see your body language where you're doing like this and you're squirming, like, so I'm working for nothing, because you're not going to, that muscle is not going to relax.
It's like tense.
You're
right?
tensing up on me. If I don't hear you breathing and you're tensing up on me, I'm backing off. You cannot handle the pressure. And that's not going to do you any good.
Is that different in scalp? I'm sure, right? Scalp, you're very like,
Well, you have like the people who you're blind, right? So you're like laying there and you're with somebody who you probably haven't met, because this is like a new sensation. And so they're like rigid, it's like rigor mortis, and you're like, relax, relax. And their whole body is just like so tense. It's like, when you're or watching somebody at the bowl and they like won't,
so stiff.
they're like trying to help you. And you're like, if you helping me is like not helping me,
I
when
deal
you're a
with that.
waitress and they grab the cup off the tray and it just like flies.
That's the
So,
same
and you're
thing.
like trying to like shake their head, like relax.
People don't know how to relax.
They don't
It's
know.
crazy.
And so I usually tell them it takes a solid like 15 minutes for somebody to like let their guard down and like truly like settle into it. But it's all energy, which I know sounds like weird and granola crunchy.
no, I'm all about that.
They can feel it off of you. You know what I mean? And I know you were talking about how you don't like when they like baby touch you, but a big part of what we do at Soak House is we lead you, kind of like when you lead a horse and you need to touch them and let them know where you're going. That's what we do at Scalp Spa, because again, you've taken away their eyesight. So when we're moving around your body and working on, we are tracing your body so you know where we're going. But it's in a very like soothing, warm
it's
atmosphere.
not just a sudden touch somewhere.
No, and it's not hard. It's very soft. That, I mean, when you come to Soak House, you are entrusting us massively. And like, we don't take that for granted. So everything has to be smooth. Everything has to be soft. Now, to your point, when a guy's like, dig into my neck and my scalp, there's times, this human skull weighs 7 or 8 pounds. So you're like holding the bowling ball, trying to get them to relax. And then you're like, okay, you want more pressure here?
And then when you go and you grab their head and they do this for you. And I'm like, can you just
relax,
don't move.
Relax. Yeah.
You're trying to like drape the leg, and they teach us to, cuff the leg under the knee, bring the sheet, and there's people that are going to do this, lift it for you. And I'm just like, you're actually making your leg heavier for me. You're not helping me at all. Just lay there and pretend that you're dead. Like, just don't do anything at all. And that's part of control issues. Honestly, if I put my hand under your neck and you do this, it's control issues. You have severe,
like,
oh my God.
Husband.
I'm not allowed to talk about clients.
Even at the spa. Client confidentiality. I can't talk about
She's
it.
like, that's Joe. I'm like,
I already know.
If you can't say no, that means yes.
I didn't say anything.
That means yes.
So how long is a typical scalp massage? Do you have certain packages, minutes? Like, do you have a price point? Like,
so we have 3 packages. We have a 60-minute, which is your entry level silver. We have our medium, which is 90 minutes gold. And then we have our platinum, which is a 2-hour session.
Wow, 2 hours.
2 hours. I personally can't handle 2 hours, but I think that's being a hairstylist, being a mom, being like, go, go, go. I can't settle for that long, because then I start wandering and I'm like, I could be doing something else. Or also being a hairstylist, I get touched out and I'm like, stop touching me. So gold is actually my favorite. 60 minutes goes by way too fast. You settle in, you're getting relaxed, and then boom, it's over. 90 minutes is like that perfect, just
probably the same.
Amazing. Yeah. It's phenomenal. So our 60-minute is $189. Our 90-minute is $239. And then our platinum is $289. But we have perk packs where it's like buy 3, get 1 free. And like we have a Mother's Day special right now. So we do have like promotions and stuff like that. But it's amazing.
Well, I think it's important for anybody watching that, a lot of people, and I had a client today who came in for a consultation, and she was like having hair loss. And she was like, I'm buying all these products and putting all this stuff on there. And I'm like, girl, like, you're wasting your money, in my opinion, because I don't think topical works. I think it comes from within, what you're eating, your hormones, but then also scalp therapy, I think, is very important because you got to I don't want to say dirty scalp, but like, you got build up and
Those follicles are just
I think it's so important, and I hope you open up a spot in Raleigh because we need more of these, because I think it goes hand in hand with a lot of people that are looking for hair growth.
Yes.
And they don't seem to understand that it starts from the scalp and it starts from within.
Yeah. So, I mean, at Scalp Spa, obviously it's very luxurious and pampering, and that's everyone's favorite part of a hair appointment is getting their hair washed, and it always goes by way too fast. But I mean, we're there for people who have dandruff, people who have psoriasis, as long as they're not in open flare. We haven't really dabbled in alopecia because that's like a further thing, but I would love to take an alopecia client and scope them and really see like what's going on with the scope. But
Wait, what's the scope?
So we have a camera that scopes down onto your scalp. I think it's like 100 times magnified or 1,000 times magnified. We can see your veins and arteries.
Okay.
We can look at a hair strand and see where it's color treated, where it isn't. We can see if the cuticle is blown off. It's pretty wild. But so when we do that, we can see dandruff flake, we can see excess sebum, we can see fatty acids, we can see where the hair follicle should be generating hair, but it's clogged, which is another reason why scalp detox is so important, because we're pulling away that bacteria, we're pulling away all of that dandruff, all of that dry shampoo that you have caked on there for 6 weeks. And then we are invigorating the scalp, bringing fresh oxygen to it. We're stimulating the hair follicle, which it probably wasn't stimulated, and then able to regenerate hair. So hair loss, hair thinning is huge. There's so many benefits to it. Tension, headaches, migraines. That's why I do it. For migraines, I need that cranial pressure. It's wild.
For massage, how often would you say is good for somebody to get a full body massage to maintain?
So usually I start off with asking, where are your problem areas, right? So if it's usually neck and shoulders, a lot of the times,
Head, neck, and shoulders.
yeah, it's coming from the hip. It's coming from the hips. Yeah, it's coming from the hips, and people just think, oh, neck and shoulders. And then I go into their glutes, into their hips, and they're like, oh my God, that hurts so much. And I'm just like, yeah. So for me, I typically tell people to come back to back at least for a month every week. The best would be twice a week. And then from there, we start seeing the changes. We start counting days of relief. So,
I like that.
Yeah, I like that too.
That's huge.
Because some people just are in pain every day.
Yeah.
So if now you saw me and for 2 days you were good, then I'm like, okay, now I know what method to use next, right? I worked at a spa. They do the same thing on everybody. It's just, they're not really up on their muscles. They're not studying. They're not on top of it. They don't know what's causing what and what's pulling what. So you're going to be there stuck on a membership paying over and over and over again, and you're getting a massage and you're just wasting your money. Like go to someone who's a fixer who actually cares about the anatomy of the body.
Once a month, twice a month places are really doing no good.
No, you're just wasting.
Interesting.
Yeah. I was just like, I worked at spas and I'm just like, okay, no. I would see people and I'm like, this person does not belong here. This person does not belong here. It's like, it was a huge internal conflict for me. But so I usually start that way, and then I would see my clients once a week, and then I go from 2 weeks, then we see them every 3 weeks, and this is why I have to start marketing now, because my people actually get better, and then I stop having them every week. So I'm like, I need to start now better about it.
Relaxation, just come, just chill.
Yeah.
Come get soaked.
Come get soaked. I know. I need to start making videos about really promote, because I have my set clientele, but I'm like, okay, you guys are all getting better, and now I'm like, okay, where are my bookings? I'm like,
well, that's good though. That's good to know, Camille. I mean, if you need to get better, this is who you're gonna go see.
Yeah, I do care about fixing, and I really do. Like I palpate everywhere, and I want to see what's going on, and where you have tension. And then from there, I do cupping, I do muscle scraping, I do stretching. I mean, you name it, everything. I put hot towels on you. I see what method is working and what's not. Sometimes I'll massage you with no lotion on, because what you need is more of a fascia pull. The fascia underneath, it's like, it pulls you in all different directions. And sometimes it's that's causing pain, and that's like affecting the muscle. So when you have no lotion and you have that grip, it just makes all the, makes all the difference in the world.
Wow.
When you're gliding on the muscle, you're not really hooking it. And you're just, like you said, you're just feeling even if it's deep tissue. But sometimes I feel and I'm like, no, this person, it's the fascia. And I stretch it out as much as I can.
You talk like you've been doing it for
I love her
centuries.
terms like hooking. I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh, hook me.
Hook me.
Hook me.
Yeah, no, because I've always been, just like an anatomy geek, to be honest with you.
Same.
Since I was
Oh my God,
very
same.
young, like,
Anatomy, physiology.
Yeah.
all the AP courses.
I love
I wonder
them.
if that's like a chemical thing in our head where we're like body oriented and like,
Yeah, it
you know
has
what I
to
mean?
be because
Yeah.
I don't know. I hate math. Do you hate math?
Yeah.
There we go. Maybe that's
No,
it. People
no.
who hate math love anatomy and physiology.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
I don't
Definitely
know.
on that side.
Yeah, I love the body so much. Like I remember being as like a kid, and we would go to like Barnes and Noble, and I'm like, Mom, buy me this book, and it's a anatomy book.
Wow.
So
Interesting.
yeah.
So how long on scalp massage? Like, what's your recommended dosage?
We recommend probably every 4 to 6 weeks. Obviously, if you're using our at-home regimen, that's going to extend our treatment, but we are solidly recommending every 4 weeks. I like to go every 2 weeks for mine. I need that cranial pressure, and it really helps me with migraines. So it's a case-by-case scenario. But I would say that solid 4-week range. If it's more pampering, then obviously when you can afford it.
Can either one of y'all say that there's too much of either of these?
Yes.
Yes, there is such thing as overworking.
Too much of a good thing.
Yeah, too much of a good thing
Yeah.
it's just not good. So I for instance, I've gotten a stiff neck because I got too much work done. And
Kinda like when you sleep
was
on it wrong?
achy. I was just achy. Like I was in a course when I was learning Ashiatsu, and the professor was just like, "Who does not want work today?" And I'm like, because from people working on me practicing, I was in pain. It just was not feeling good anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
as
I'm
far
going
as
to piggyback
scalp,
on that too. Like when you're working with wet hair, that's when hair is most vulnerable. And so you can cause a lot of damage to wet hair, especially if it's color treated hair where it's been like over processed and you have no idea because you're not coming at them from a hairstylist standpoint. You're coming at them from a scalp tech point. So that's like a massive thing. Obviously, if they have no hair or something like that. But when you're working with scalp issues, dandruff, psoriasis, whatever, we are clarifying the scalp, we are detoxing it, and too much of a good thing can be too much. And then we are drying it out, regardless of doing hydrating treatments or soothing moisturizers. It's too much. Absolutely. I would probably, if they were coming in more for like the migraine standpoint, like myself, then I would say, okay, yes, and we'll probably do less of one thing and more of another. We fine tune our services, kind of like you were talking about. Like we just had this gentleman come in, big man. I mean, ogre, bald head, no hair. Bald. It doesn't matter. You could have 4C hair, you could have no hair. It's from the scalp.
Okay.
So you don't have to have hair to enjoy our service,
Yeah.
which I love. And actually, hair is a barrier. So if you're touching on your head, your hair is causing like that barrier, right? So if you have no hair, you're really feeling everything, and they would still get the same services. But he came in so tense. You're talking about reading the body language,
Yes.
feeling it. So when I was rotating him to one side, I was like, this is your tight side, right? You're really confined to this side. And he was like, yeah, how did you know? And I was like, your ROM, your range of motion is severely limited on this side. And so I was trying to even him out and work side to side to get that leverage. So where I could like really work him out on that one side.
So we can get into the scalings right in
Yeah,
here.
scale.
Right?
Ooh,
Just right in
I was
here.
like, let me touch your scalings. Your scalings are tight AF.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Same side rotation. That will do it.
Yeah. So I call it evening it out, but same side rotation.
Yeah.
Working it back and forth. But yeah, you don't have to have hair.
Yeah.
Wow,
I actually
I just-
love massaging like bald guys the most.
I
So
thought it was a
easy.
little creepy at first. I'm not gonna lie. Like
No,
I was
I
kind
love
of
it.
molesting his head, and then I found my rhythm, and I was like, ooh,
Yeah, this is so easy because like then I just get all in there.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, I could just do way more. Like hair just gets in the way.
It does. It tangles, like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I just go to the neck and I go back
It's
to the
slippery.
Yeah, it's
so I had to
yeah.
like reduce my product amount that I was used to. And then it kind of created this like viscous material, and it was perfect.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Now I'm like, can I have more bald people?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to piggyback on that. So you were like, I didn't, extensions. We don't do extensions. So if you have extensions, technically it puts us at risk because you could have slippage, you could have matting, all of that kind of stuff. However, with that being said, we're actually perfect when you go to move up your extensions.
I was thinking that in my head because I got extensions and I was like, girl, I know this girl is busy when she's got that in between, like they're about to get a move up and they're out, because that's the best part for most people that have extensions. They're like, I could feel my scalp.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's when we're removing all that bacteria, all of those hairs that you should have lost during your extension thing. The same thing with locks. We can actually service locks and twists, but we recommend doing it right before your relock or retwist. So you prep the hair and prep the scalp for your new style.
Awesome. Good to know.
So a lot of people are like, oh, I can't get it. I have 4C, or oh, I can't get it. I have locks. No, you actually can. So extensions would be our one thing where I personally draw the line and say no.
No, it makes sense. I mean, there's so much like going on, and you don't want to be the person that you don't want the blame.
Sorry.
Hell no.
Do you get into the face at all?
We do like facial manipulation because we're not massage therapists.
Right.
And so we do definitely do that, but I've got some moves.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I got some moves.
Okay. Anything for TMJ at all that you might like?
Wait, what is TMJ?
Just like when you're like
It's like
biting
lockjaw,
down
like
and you're,
really
like,
clenching. Yeah, it's called a night guard. I have one, $450.
I chew right through that thing, first of all.
Invisalign, they do the same thing for you. It's like hardwired to your teeth.
Oh, wow.
I can't bite through it.
Okay.
It's not sexy, though.
It's not.
My husband's like, hey, and I'm like, hey.
Yeah. I actually put gloves on and I massage with gloves on inside of your mouth and I grab your cheeks because these muscles are so tight.
God, fish hook people?
Why have you not done videos of this?
I know. I need to. I know. I'm so bad with the promoting. I'm telling you. This is why we're here, people.
I'm really fascinated by that.
Yeah, I do TMJ work. Yeah, I am in there in the back of your mouth, like really getting in there because I know. Give me some gloves. I'm not afraid.
Wow, that's intense. I mean, we definitely like cheekbones, like inner jaw. I like drag it out through into the ear, like ear canal. We do a lot of pressure pointing in here, and then we come like down in through the neck. Yeah. But I wouldn't necessarily say like we're in the mouth.
And nope.
That's intense. I'm like so
intrigued. It hurts a lot, especially if you're someone who's really stressed. You're clenching at night. You're biting down. You're grinding your teeth. But it's definitely necessary because that's causing headaches. It's causing tension in your neck. It's causing so many problems. So I get in there, man. Whatever. I'm a fixer. I don't think about it. I just do it.
So you're not like boozy. Like massage, you're like really like holistic.
I'm like holistic. Like I want you to leave my office. I don't want anyone to ever say like it's still there. Like she was good, but I still feel it. You know,
you've got bars getting put in, right?
So yes. So I explain this on Thursday.
It's like a red room of pain.
The name again, and then what it does.
So it's barefoot massage, and basically
that's not the Ashiatsu?
It's Ashiatsu, but Ashiatsu also has to do a lot with it's a whole term that deals with a lot. So it could be diet, it's just a very holistic term. So it's really barefoot massage.
Okay.
And
it's better terminology for me personally.
Yes, exactly. Like, you can't remember how to say it. Yeah. So it's barefoot massage, and it's just more of like a deeper pressure. And it's just broader because it's a whole foot versus sometimes your hand is a little pokey. I mean, I know I'm very strong and I am very deep, but...
and your hands are very small.
My hands are very small.
They're very mighty.
Yes, they are.
Your hand and...
Oh my God.
Look at this.
Girl,
it's like a child.
But see, that's why. Maybe because our fingers aren't so long where they get like weird and creepy.
Yeah. I'm very strong. I used to box. I've always been that kind of girl. So I used to box hardcore. I asked my mother, like, can I go professional? And she's like, you're going to mess up your face. Hell no. I'm like, damn. But
or get cauliflower ears.
I know. Oh God. No. No.
That's just like so disgusting to me.
So I am very deep. I'm very strong, but there's nothing like me actually getting on the table and like putting my foot like where it hurts. I mean, it's a game changer. And that's what actually fixed my back. I was really stressed out in college. I was getting muscle spasms. And I went to this one lady and she did great. She was very deep. And I went back to her and she was just like, so how was the first session? And I'm just like, it was great, but I actually this is what I said. I'm like, I want someone to take like a pizza roller and just like flatten me out. And she was like, how do you feel about feet? And I actually hated feet. I hated it. Which is why I didn't go to massage therapy school right out of high school, because someone was like, you're going to be touching people. And I'm like, ew. But now I'm over it.
Yeah.
So anyway, she got on top of me, and I swear I saw like the glory of God, because she stuck like her pinky toe like in like where my scapula is, my shoulder blade. Like she went around the whole thing like that, just like putting pressure in there. And I'm like, oh my God, that is where it's hurting. And she fixed it.
Wow.
And ever since then, I was just like, it was like, if I ever become
Maybe
a
you could
massage
start doing
therapist.
foot scalp massages.
I know.
I don't touch feet.
No, you use your feet to do
Feet are
scalp
Listen,
massage.
listen, feet. I mean, I was a foot model for a brief minute. I don't do feet.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes, you know, I would
Weird.
be
Like my toes, like rubbing up on your head.
I'm
like,
still very thing about touching feet. I'm still like, you know, but it is what it is. It's interesting. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, do you guys have any anything that you would like to know a potential client that's watching, listening, that maybe wants to come see you? Camille, how can they reach out to you? What are your tips? What are your, you know, whatever you want to throw at a potential client that's listening?
All right. Well, you can definitely find me on the Tone Hair Salon website, because I am on there with their regardless. So you can definitely book me there. You can also find me on Instagram, and I am working on my booking system because I just opened, literally.
And what's the name?
Oh, it's Camille Massage and Bodywork.
There we go.
Yes. I just opened, so I am still working on the little details. Thank God I have my clients that are like harassing me, and I am in business, although I'm not prepared to be in business, but I just need a table, and people are like, where are you? Because I need you now. And I'm like, good. I have sheets and I have a table in there. That's it. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and now put my bars up, and whoever needs more pressure, then here I am, I'm your girl. So
Yep. You need fixing.
yes.
Who you go see.
Absolutely.
Well,
All
I
right.
have bars coming up. I'm like so
On Thursday. Yeah, I have someone coming in on Thursday, and it's so nice. It's one of my clients' stepdads. Like, she came to visit her because she just bought a townhouse, and she's like, my massage therapist, she's really great, and she needs something done in her studio. Can you do it? And he's like, yeah. He's like super handy. And I'm like,
Nice.
so it's, I mean, like, the way things have been falling in place.
Yeah, you know it's right.
With you guys, it's crazy.
Yeah, it was a weird. It was
Weird.
It was a whole weird she was there and then she wasn't.
Yeah.
And then she was mobile.
Yeah.
And then she was basically banking on somebody leaving one of the suites in my upstairs, and the stars aligned and somebody
stars,
left.
That's how you know it's meant to be.
I'm very like intuitive, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna be back here. I didn't even take
I felt
Joe.
the same.
I didn't take Joe from my he's in my phone as Joe landlord. He's still in, and he was a client. I was going to your house to massage him, and he's still Joe.
landlord.
Oh my God. Yeah. So it's just crazy. I knew something was gonna pop up when I was ready. And I said, Leda, just let life take its course. I always know where I am meant to be. And I was just like, it's gonna happen. And then I got that text, and I'm like, she's like, are you ready? I'm like, I'm ready.
And it was just like that.
I
like
love
that.
that.
Yeah.
Super organic.
Yeah.
That's great.
So what you got, Megan? Potential clients listening.
Potential clients. Every client is a client for Soak House. You don't have to have scalp issues. You could just come for pampering. It's amazing for men and women. Everyone is welcome. Actually, we've had a lot of questions. We are wheelchair friendly, wheelchair accessible.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is, I wasn't really expecting that, but yes, absolutely. Please.
Well,
please come
I mean, I would say a lot of
Oh, I just knocked that over.
a lot of people that have had surgeries or something, they can't reach their scalp.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think
So
that's
we are wheelchair friendly. We have been open for 2 months now. We are definitely booking out, but that doesn't mean we can't get you. We are on every social media, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Please message us if you have a question. We will definitely help you out. Let's see here. What do I want to say?
I know, right when you're on the spot, you're like,
Yeah. We do have a little like sneaky peeky. We are opening up another bed, and we're going to have date night.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. So like a couple's like.
Yeah, but extended hours
Ooh.
because obviously dates don't happen during the day because you're in the friend zone. So watch out.
Right.
Yeah, so we're gonna have date night specials probably Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in the evenings where couples can come. We're super excited about that. So right now we're just a single bed private spa. And I want to keep it that way. I really don't like where there's like a curtain between you and somebody else. That's not what we're going for. We're very private, very intimate. Also, like if you are having scalp issues, that's a very intimate thing, and that doesn't need to be publicized for anyone else.
A lot of people are embarrassed with a lot of their scalp.
Like, if you white black shirt and you've got flake everywhere, like that can be embarrassing. Or if you have folliculitis or seborrheic dermatitis, there's a lot of things where people are ashamed, and so I feel like you should be in a safe place, a safe space to have that understanding with us. So we do there'll be 2 separate spa rooms, but right next to each other. So you can still enjoy that experience. It's not like you're going to be talking to your friend at a pedicure.
Right.
So we're super excited about that.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's cool and cute because I do not like to do couples massages.
Oh, you know what? You did say something where like you like to talk to your clients.
Yes.
So we are a silent service.
Well, I only follow I only follow my client's lead. So as a massage therapist, there's therapy in there. People dump their stuff on you hard.
Oh my God. As a hairstylist, as soon as they sit in the chair,
I know
verbal.
everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Like too much.
That is one thing where people come and we tell them it's a silent service. Yeah. And they are so excited.
That's good.
And then you're talking to them and they've already shut down. Like you can see the door, it's already come down. And you're like, I know you want to stop talking, but I need to tell you a few things. So we're a silent service. When you do come in, we ask you, why you're coming in. We have our consultation. We have you fill out a form, all the things. And then we explain like what we're going to do so you understand the process. But then we always say like, okay, this is for your enjoyment. But if you have a question or want to talk about something, don't feel like you can't. But I will be silent so you can enjoy the experience. So we're always opening the door to them. But you know what we do hear the most? Snoring.
Yeah.
That is the biggest compliment. People
me too. Even when people fall asleep in my massage.
I love it so much.
I mean, the massage is just going to work so much better when you're sleeping because you're so relaxed.
Yes.
I had a client a couple weeks ago and I served her a couple big glasses of wine and the girl was out at the shampoo bowl, snoring full on.
It's a huge compliment. We tell them if you sleep during our service, it's a huge compliment to what we're doing. But before I opened Soak House, I found this quote and it was to know peace or to sleep is to know true peace. And that registered with me like so hard. So if somebody comes into our bed and you can feel the tension just drop.
It's trust.
It's trust, right? So to your story, right? We had this girl come in and she was fighting sleeping so hard. She was like, I am not going to fall asleep. I want to enjoy this, right?
Like that too,
and she's so tense, fighting it. And all of a sudden she let out like this chirp noise. It was like a and it scared me and her whole body went limp like this. And I'm like, I'm looking through the mist, I'm like going like this. I'm like looking for, is her chest rising and falling? Did she have a stroke? Like what just happened? I'm like grabbing my phone. I have like 911 like ready to go. And then she starts talking. She was sleeping out cold.
But talking in her sleep?
No
way.
And I was so freaked out. And I was like, oh my God, she was fighting it so hard. And then she just like caved. So that
what was she saying?
I mean, just like mumbling.
Gibberish.
But now like I really pay attention.
You want to know what she was saying?
I'd be filming
Don't
that
worry
shit.
about that.
I'd be like, hold on.
I was so worried about the chirp. That scared me so bad. Like I jumped like so hard. And I was like, oh my God, she's okay. But then she, after she like came to and she was like, that was so relaxing. Thank you. And I was like, I'm glad it was for you because I just freaked out. So anyway, snoring is welcome. Please fall asleep in our chair. That is the biggest compliment ever to us. We would love to have you guys for a date night. So yeah.
I'm about to come over there.
I need it.
Literally, I'm drooling over a scalp massage right now. They just look so yummy.
Yes. Well, we are color safe. We're keratin safe too. Obviously, fashion colors is a little bit different, but come one, come all. We welcome you.
Awesome.
Get soaked.
All right. One more thing. What do you have for any anybody that's new to massage that is just getting started, any tips for them?
Let's see. Definitely don't get lazy as a massage therapist and just stay on top of your muscles, because a lot of people just start to learn a sequence, which is just the routine that they take every single time. You know, whether they palpate over the sheets first and then they start at the neck, or they start at the feet and they do the same thing over and over again, or they start face up or they start face down. I mean, get out of your routine and actually start to understand what's pulling what and where is this pain coming from. And you'll just, and also if you're starting, please make love to neck and shoulders. You need, a lot of people do not get neck and shoulders.
Yeah.
And you go, you get a massage, you have a stiff neck, is where people carry their tension the most. And you get a massage and it sucked. And it's still there. You're still stuck. You know, you still feel like you can't really move. And if you don't understand neck and shoulders, you're not going to be that successful. You really, and people kind of like I can do a whole 2 hours on your neck and shoulders.
Yeah.
I don't run out of ideas of what to do.
Right.
I do not, because I have learned so many techniques and so many things that I can literally just sit there and take my time and be on your neck and shoulders until you feel like, oh my God, I can move. And I'm like, yes, you can.
That's solid advice, because I'm thinking about all the massages I've ever gotten, and it has been like more routine. Last step is neck and shoulder for a few minutes.
No,
and
you
it's
need
like,
to my neck and shoulders. You know, I do neck and shoulders face up, and I do it face down. I get you from all angles. I sometimes put you sideline, and I stick my fist in here and I stretch you out. Like, I do so many things that people are like, sometimes I would be like the most requested therapist, and I would just be sitting down the entire time doing neck and shoulders.
Yeah.
That's what people wanted.
Solid advice.
Yeah.
That's solid advice. What you got?
Honestly, don't get into scalp spa if you're in it just to make money, because there's so many products out there, and I don't want to badmouth anybody, but you're not getting the right kind of product. You're using something that's not sanitary. That's really, it's honestly terrible. I've seen so much out there that it's kind of mind-boggling, really. If you're in it, like, be in it for the right reason. Be in it for everything that you're providing for the client. It's like you were saying, it's a position of trust. It's not just financial. And that's what I think a lot of people are trying to get into. They're trying to be hip, trying to be trendy. Like, oh, that's everyone's doing that. I want to do that. Like, I've been in this for over 10 years. This isn't something that's new. It's just newer and now being practiced and like openly talked about. But there's so much to it that it's not just like a one class online that you take, or, you know, I found this online, so I'm going to order it and I'm going to start installing it and doing it right away. There's so much more to it, and you could be doing something harmful to somebody if you don't get your education and do your research. So be educated, get your research done. It's not just like a one-stop shop type situation.
I mean, that's facts. I mean, I own a hair salon. And I've had several people come up to me asking, oh, are you going to do these scalp massages? And I'm like, that's not my, like, no, that's a whole thing.
Different
that's
entity.
That's like bridal hair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're in it or you're out. And that's where it's like, you specialize in it. I will send you people to you.
Right. Yeah.
Even though I have sinks, I could physically do it.
Yeah.
But I don't know the shit you know. I don't know that.
You're just trying to clean that scalp and get that.
I'm not going to spend 60 minutes doing it. I promise you that.
Oh, that's just it. Like, some of these places that you see, you know, and again, not to badmouth them, but like, it's a slap shop. You know what I mean? We're not.
I've seen some hairstyles start offering it. Yeah. I'm like, really? Are you really offering? Or are you just doing it because it's well, and that's right the now. Thing too, is I hear all the, this place is doing it, this place is doing it, but is it a scalp spa? Like, is it a spa session for the scalp, a scalp facial, or is it a scalp treatment? Are they just like rubbing on your head for a little bit? Right.
You know, also, like, we have to have a license for it. Like, you have to be educated in it. It's not just like something you just like throw up shop and you're like, oh, I took this YouTube course, like, I'm good. Like, you have to understand what you're doing. These Ashiatsu massage pressure points, like, they do something. And if you're just willy-nilly touching on them and doing something, you could cause bodily harm.
Y'all hear that? Hairstyles out there. I know y'all are thinking about, I'll just add this to my services.
Yeah.
And I don't think that they're understanding that it's more of a specialty. and that you have to have a lot of knowledge on it.
Yeah.
And you have to dedicate a lot of time to it.
Yeah.
I mean, most hairstylists are already spending 3-4 hours on the color. I don't think they're going to want to spend another hour doing the scalp.
Well,
It's a specialty.
That's why I wouldn't do no sugar scrubs on feet. I don't know enough. I don't even like feet. I don't know enough about feet. If you want to come get your feet massaged, don't come to me because I do something really quick and I have a lot of pressure, and I do what I gotta do.
Your clients are going to start being like, you don't have to do my feet today.
I know. I get that sometimes. You're like,
But you
girl,
do
I know you're
massage.
ready.
That's your wheelhouse. Like you're doing
Yeah.
massage. Scalp is my wheelhouse. I'm not obviously I do color and hair, like all that. But that's at another location that's separate to scalp. What we do here is like strictly scalp spa.
Yeah.
And that's why like
just-
Soak House is so important to me because that's all that we do. You're not going to hear anything
And I love
else.
the name, by the way.
Thank you.
I love the name.
It's so funny. The whole get soaked thing, it was like during one of our first clients, like I wrapped them up in their hair turban and I was doing my pressure pointing and I was like, this concludes your service. How do you feel? And I was like, okay, you've officially been soaked. And I was like, light bulb. Oh my God, get soaked. And I was like so proud of myself. And my husband was like, okay.
But you came up with that by
I
yourself.
did. I sure did. Yeah. Yeah. I love it too. It means so much. Like I love it.
Well, awesome. I love that you ladies came on here today.
I learned so much, and I want to come and have you step on my back.
Yeah,
like
don't
that
worry.
sounds amazing.
I'll massage your feet too. Don't worry. I have to actually.
I'm really ticklish. You
I
might
have
get a
to
kick.
massage feet because I'm actually the massage therapist.
She's got
for
Gucci's on, by the way.
exactly. But I massage the professional female soccer team, so I actually have to work on feet. So there we go. I have to get over that.
So she's not
Probably not like
biased on
crusty feet. You know what I mean?
No,
like
no,
somebody
no.
walking in off the
Just
street,
don't
like
come
I
in
want a
with corns
pedicure.
all over.
Ooh,
Please
bunions.
don't. Or your feet like smelling. Please. Just. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, can I say one more thing?
Of course.
Okay, cool. So if you come to Scalp Spa, we want you like unwashed. Like don't
that's
wash
a
your
great.
hair.
Like, okay, okay.
Because if you're already washing it, then we're going to go in and like really deep cleanse it and detox it. And we wash like several times. And if you've already done that, then it could be overdoing it.
So dirty hair is perfect.
Dirty hair is totally perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Also, too, that allows us to see like what your natural state is. Obviously, if you're washing every day, that's different. If you're washing every 3 days, I wash like twice a week, so I'm probably not going to come to you freshly washed. But yeah, we want to see that nitty gritty, that true scalp.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, all right. Well,
Thank you so much
guys.
for having us.
I appreciate
This
it.
is awesome.
This was fun.
Yeah.
This really was. I'm excited to talk to both of you. It was so funny how it all kind of came together.
Yeah.
But I was like,
I know that we ended up coming at the same
Scalp?
time.
Yeah,
Like,
Perfect. We're talking shiatsu. And
I know.
it's absolutely perfect.
Thank you.
All right, Solomon, we're all done, and we'll get their Instagram and all their socials. We'll put it in the final video.
Yeah.
And then Solomon will send y'all some clips, just like he sends me, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Well, thank you
sounds
guys.
good.
I learned so much today.
Yay.
I still can't say
Yeah.
Ashiatsu.
Ashiatsu. Just say
Ashiatsu.
barefoot.
Barefoot massage.